Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the weird and wonderful world of Reddit. And today, we will unfortunately go back to the R-Trans forum. I know, I will choose another thread at some other point, but listen, there's just so much crazy stuff on there that it's actually impossible to ignore. But before we get into this particular topic, it's similar to the last one, just a little different. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you like this content. Let's get into the video. The title is, Anybody else struggling with people just now waking up in the US? My wife and I got into a tiff tonight over the recent deletion in Minneapolis. She's scared and I understand that. I feel for her. I've had plenty of friends come to me upset and scared. All I can think is, hi, welcome to the last 10 years of my life as a trans person. It fucking sucks. I was hoping this would be over before the mass populace had to deal with it. I'm okay with people waking up to the horror that's been going on for a decade, but it feels like it's a little too late when we keep screaming for help. I'm not pushing away their help, we need it. But Jesus Christ, why don't you all tell us back in 2015? It frustrates me to no end that it took an innocent person losing her life to get people to see the current evil going on. I was hoping the work we did would have prevented this, but yet here we are. Okay. The first thing to get from that little joke is that he is also describing years when the Republicans or Trump, which is probably what he's referring to when he says evil, were not in power. Biden was in and Obama just a bit before that. This is not new. 2016 was 10 years ago. He's also talking perhaps a bit before that. So then he has to admit that even before that, the people he might have supported or has a better view towards did the same things and did not speak up for trans rights or whatever the hell he wants enough. So, yeah, he's walking on eggshells here. He's basically trying to create this victim narrative while at the same time saying, oh, well, boo fucking who to you if it's happening to you, whatever the hell's happening to them. It just sounds like he said people are running in scared and complaining. He didn't say anything about them getting arrested or getting targeted by anyone. He just said that they were afraid. I mean, okay, fine, you can be afraid if you want, whatever medication you're on, but let's have a look at the comments section. And this person says, yes, I grew up conservatively, and I've been trying to tell people since 2015, Obama's era, how crazy the right is. Nobody wanted to believe it was as bad as it was, and then they'd clutch their pearls over something that wasn't new or hidden information. That's been infuriating. Well, listen, you people clutch your pearls about anything. And quite frankly, liberals are no different. Liberals, leftists, it doesn't matter what you categorize yourself as now, it's no different. It's the same victim mentality, and you want everybody to just accept you as you are no matter what. Well, guess what? That's not how the world works. And then this person adds on to this, to be clear, I'm not frustrated with people just waking up. I have first-hand knowledge of what it's like to grow up heavily propagandized and how hard it can be to get out of that sphere. Propagandized? We were not taught in school about trans children anywhere in the world. There was none of this. There was no propaganda. It's just that we went on about our lives and learned normal things. That is what people are saying. This gender and LGBT thing they're pushing in schools is very new. It was not taught to me when I was at school. Certainly not. I was not propagandized to not support these people. But one thing is for certain, I was definitely not told not to. So that's what this person has to realize. There was no propaganda actively going against trans people back when I was at school. Let's continue. My frustration is with liberals with a false sense of moral and intellectual superiority who discounted what I had to say, who wanted to play both sides big brain centrism, who thought the right couldn't pull off what I was saying because they thought the right was too dumb. They purposefully branded themselves to reality while the right had been openly planning everything for decades. Well, a political party plans things. A political side plans things. This isn't new. This is probably a decades old thing. So now he's saying, oh well, the same people who didn't protect us, well, I want those people in as well to make me feel better. Okay, then going by this logic, Obama and all these other democratic presidents over there did nothing as well. and were probably, as you said, showed moral superiority. Well, yeah, I say fuck them. But at the same time, you're blaming other people for not following your particular brand of politics. It just isn't on, my friend. And then we come to the last degenerate thread here. Yep, think about how black people feel. Came here to say this. Like, how out of touch are we here to think it started 10 years ago? This shit goes back to when Christopher Columbus came here and started murdering everyone. Yeah, well, I mean, you can say this about anyone. Gasping queer woman. That's her name, by the way. I'm not calling her that. I think most people know that time period is bad. They just fail to see that our time is still not great. Okay. So there we have it, guys. Christopher Columbus's time is like our time. Well, not by much. It just isn't great, you know. I can tell you one thing. If somebody came out as trans back then, what do you think they would have done to that person back then? In any culture. What would they do in most cultures now? These people live in a bubble. They live in a Western bubble that has been propagandized, and the media has been pushing this narrative for a very long time that they are the correct ones and everybody else is wrong, while at the same time pushing third worldism. Well, guess what the third world doesn't believe? In your mentality. They don't believe in your mentality and your methods. And there's nothing wrong with that. I agree with them. This is silly. We cannot push this onto children, and we cannot push this on in the media. It is just wrong. Yeah, Reddit craziness just doesn't stop, does it, guys? It just does not. Without dragging this on any further, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.